there is no explanation for why they are arrested. They cannot find an explanation, which is true.
I'm Tina Glandian. I'm a U.S. attorney and I represent Andrew and Tristan Tate alongside their Romanian legal defense team. I wanted to respond to recent news accounts about a legal letter sent on behalf of the Tate brothers, which has wrongfully been interpreted by some people.
Yes, welcome back. At this point, I don't know what exactly is going on. I came across a 3-minute video released by this lawyer concerning this issue with Android Tate. According to this article published by The Guardian, Android Tate custody extended for fourth time by a Romanian court. A Romanian court has ruled for the fourth time to extend by 30 days the preventive arrest of Android Tate, the divisive social media influencer who is being held on suspicions of organized crime and human and officials said. I don't want to go into all this. Let me play this video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about before I read out so you can understand exactly what is going on now.
I'm Tina Glandian. I'm a U.S. attorney and I represent Andrew and Tristan Tate alongside their Romanian legal defense team. I wanted to respond to recent news accounts about a legal letter sent on behalf of the Tate brothers, which has wrongfully been interpreted by some people as an effort to intimidate witnesses in the criminal investigation pending in Romania. I'd like to provide some context for the letter that was sent. In April of last year, 2 women, including an American woman, made allegations that the Tate brothers were holding them against their will. When police raided the Tate brothers' residence in Romania, they saw there was no evidence of these claims and the Tate brothers were not arrested. Through their attorneys, they immediately filed criminal complaints against the 2 women in Romania for deceiving the police. At the end of January, after having been detained for an entire month and seeing that in the 9 months that had passed, there had been no developments in the criminal case against the 2 women, as U.S. citizens, they decided to pursue their legal rights here in the U.S. against the American woman. My firm had no involvement in sending the cease and desist letter, nor did the Romanian legal team representing the Tate brothers in the criminal investigation. The cease and desist letter was sent by civil attorneys in the U.S. because it pertains to a civil defamation case which will be filed here in the U.S. Every day that the Tate brothers are unlawfully detained, they are not only harmed on a personal level, but they also incur substantial monetary damages to the various businesses which they were running before their sudden arrest. So they have a duty under the law here to mitigate their damages, and their civil attorney believed a cease and desist letter was a necessary first step before ultimately filing the civil lawsuit. To be clear, the Tate brothers are not trying to intimidate anyone. They just want the truth to come out, and they are having their attorneys pursue all appropriate legal action to clear their names. We are grateful that the U.S. Embassy has now taken an interest in this case. I know that one of their highest priorities is to provide assistance to U.S. citizens detained abroad. Like they've done for countless other U.S. citizens and recently for Brittany Griner and Taylor Dudley, we are optimistic that with their assistance, we can finally get the Tate brothers home. In the face of their prolonged detention, we must remember that the Tate brothers are presumed innocent, and false allegations can cause irreparable harm. Just this month, a 22-year-old UK woman was sentenced to 8.5 years in prison for falsely claiming she was raped and trafficked and forced to work as a prostitute over the course of several years. She went so far as to cause injuries to her own face with a hammer. The false accusations in that case led to multiple attempted suicides by the accused men within weeks of the false allegations. The Tate brothers strongly deny any wrongdoing and are resolute in maintaining their innocence. The bedrock of justice is the presumption of innocence and due process. We are simply asking for both. Thank you.
Yes, if you have been following this channel for some time, you realize I have been doing updates every month, pertaining to what is going on. I understand how controversial this topic can be. Reason at a certain point, I always decide to report just what I see. I don't understand at this point what is happening. Detaining somebody for about 3 months, going to 4, without a case against them is something I have never seen before. I don't know if you have ever witnessed this before. This lawyer actually came out to clarify something I have been seeing on social media recently. Maybe, who knows, they might be released next time because if they cannot actually look for evidence to put them down at this moment, I don't know if it will take them 1 year to do so. Let me read out this article from the Guardian so you can understand what is going on currently. A Romanian court has ruled for the fourth time to extend by 30 days the preventive arrest for Android Tate, the divisive social media influencer who is being held on suspicions of organized crime. Tate 36, a British US citizen who has 5.4 million followers, was initially detained in late December. Let me skip this part. A spokesperson for Romanian anti-organized crime agency, Tate, said a judge at the butchery tribunal agreed on Wednesday to a request by the prosecutors to keep all four detained while investigations continue. They can be held for a maximum of 180 days without being formally indicted. Wednesday ruling came after a butchery court last week rejected a bail request from Andrew Tate, who is expected to appeal against Wednesday. Wednesday has already passed. Nothing of that sort happened, as he has gone against the three previous 30 days extensions, all of which he lost. If they lost an appeal against Wednesday ruling, all four will remain in detention until late April. The court said in a statement after the December arrest that it had identified 6 victims in the human case who were allegedly subjected to the act of physical violence and mental correlation.